There's a media makeover happening in your local airport. After 30 years of dominating the TV screens at the terminal, CNN is officially handed over the reins to ReachTV. The company is a short-form streaming service that is now airing content in thousands of screens across more than 100 airports. The change comes as the pandemic recovery sparks a surge of demand for travel. For more, let's bring in Linwood Bibbins, CEO of ReachTV. Linwood, great to have you with us.
Great being here.
I think this content deal is fascinating. I do want to hear about what we should expect to see when we're waiting for our airplanes. But first, I want to get your sense of the reopening and how strong you think it's going to be, because you actually make more money the more people that are in airports.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're an ad-supported network, so the more people, more money we can make. But I think it's worth noting that we're seeing a resurgence faster than most people thought. I mean, the expectation was we'd be at 65% of 2019 numbers in the fourth quarter. We've had for the last 18 days, 1 million plus travelers every day, and we've been over 60% for the last 8-10 days straight. So I see the vaccine rollout is contributing tremendously to that. And I saw today 2 airlines said that they're hitting numbers pre-pandemic as far as bookings.
Wow. So as I understand it, Linwood, you're concerned that airlines aren't adding capacity back fast enough?
Well, I think that they weren't expecting this. If you looked at as recent as 45 days ago, the expectation was we were going to be at 45, we're going to creep to 50 to 55 and slowly come. So in their smart, it was prudent for them to actually, move planes around, take certain planes out of their rotation because it wouldn't have made sense financially. But now all of a sudden the demand has picked up faster than anyone expected, and the vaccine rollout has been faster than anyone's expected. And also, I just think pent up. We've been in our houses so long, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And so that's a big factor as well.
In terms of ad rates, because you do make money selling ads, what are they like and how much have they increased?
For us, I think the beautiful part about, I always look for beauty in all kinds of situations. I think people realize and understand the impact the global traveler has on global GDP, on jobs. And I think that, by the way, global GDP, 10% of all global GDP is based on travel, 330 million jobs based on travel. And I think the people that travel, they are such tastemakers and such the explorers, and they're the ones that drive what we do. I think that people are starting to value them even more. So our CPMs have went up by more than 30% because of the fact that people value the audience, whether it's 1 or 38 million, like it was in the last 30 days. People value them just that much more than they ever did. And that's one of the big things for us.
Hey, Linwood, it's Tim. Thanks for joining us. I was looking through some of the notes on your company. 12 billion ad impressions this year you're expecting for Reach. And that type of engagement, getting folks in an airport, you have a unique engagement dynamic. What does that mean for advertisers? And are you seeing, particularly, you talked about kind of high profile and luxury brand, and what is the traditional advertiser profile?
Well, our advertisers are the ones that want to reach the high-end audience and that decision maker audience. And what's happening now is they want to be even more integrated in. We focused on telling great stories, being truthful and positive. So that's the other thing that we're doing is we don't get into politics. We keep things moving quickly, and then we tell great stories. So brands want to get integrated into those stories and/or be next to stories that represent what that brand, what represents that brand. So we're seeing. We're pretty excited about it. And the 12 billion is based on reaching 50%. And as you can tell, we're already crossing 60%. And I see fourth quarter 75 to 80%.
Wow. Linwood, we'd love to have you back.
Amazing.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Linwood Bibbins, CEO of ReachTV. Good pulse guy on ad rates, on travel. Where do you want to go with this?
Well, it should do really, if you think about it, just connecting the dots, the E in the hope trade, Expedia, should just explode off the back of this. And by the way, it has been. If you look, stocks within a whisper of an all-time high. And you talk about ads again. You go back to where we started this show, Facebook and Google. So they all win. And I think he speaks to exactly what's been going on for the last 3 or 4 months.
All right.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.